Hello and welcome back to part 33 of Citizen Sleeper. This is cycle 78. I feel like I may be doing the longest playthrough ever. But that's okay because we're doing everything we can possibly do. I like to be thorough if anything. So, today we need to sleep. We need to end this cycle. So, we have to wait 2 more days for Peak to finish their research, and also in 2 days the scrap people come back, which is going to be 1 day now, right? So that's going to be tomorrow. Look at those, oh my goodness, look at those dice. Holy. So this is a good day for us, but what I was going to do, let me double check. Yeah, so 1 more day until Peak's research is complete. That's tomorrow, so we should use today to restock. Well, to restock everything basically, but all we really need to restock anyway is we even have a spare ship mine to build. We can sell ship mines and data if we need money. We can always go and do these things, but we already have, like, if we need more mushrooms we can go and pick them, but we already have that all sorted out. And we don't even need stabilizer, so I think our dice are best spent just fetching some scrap rather than trying to get rare mushrooms, because although stabilizer fills it, we'd rather just use scrap every day if we can, and we can get 4 scrap today, maybe 5, so that's a whole nother 5 days worth. And I believe that's all we need to do. So let's quickly do that, ready for some action tomorrow. Or, well, conversations, probably not action. We also have 3 points, so we can upgrade a skill. But I'm gonna wait and see what the next kind of stretch of goals that we need to achieve are first. Oh, we do need to eat today. Oh, maybe we should just use this one to eat. Some photosynthesization. Eat some sunlight. I think if we got the 3, we're better off doing it at home, right? Because we can... Oh, there's still a chance for it to be negative. Whereas if we just do it here... There's still a chance for it to be negative, but we don't get the bonuses. That's right. I mean, let's just do it here. It's a reliable 2. It means that we can sleep for another day. And that is it. So let's eat another scrap, just to try and make it into a habit that we definitely do each day. And this cycle. And it's as if the day never happened. We just went to sleep and woke up with extra scrap. That's all. Oh, I heard those noises. That means things are happening. Right, let's go up first. We do need to go and check the scrap van. Well, it's not a van, is it? Like, ship. But first, here we go, Peak. Have you heard of Kan Channel Sleeper, K-A-N? Peak asks, as soon as you enter the bay, as if you're in the middle of a conversation. Peak's eager. No, there are heavy circles under their eyes, and you aren't sure if they've moved since last you visited. The console they are working at seems to have grown too, shadowing their slight frame in a wealth of screens and wires. No. So it's for transit? I don't remember hearing about this. No. Peak turns to face you. Kiyomani's active negation. The name of the effect used to transport trillions of tons of materials from surrogate systems to the core. You might have heard of it in your physics class. Okay. Trillions of tons of material. What is the method though? At XPR they hammered the principles into us as kids. Kan. I'm just gonna call it Kan. Peak recites the definition as if in the classroom. A process of collapsing spatial causality along the Euclidean distance between 2 points by negating mass simultaneously at both ends of the geodesic curve. What? I don't understand. Collapsing spatial causality. Don't know what that means. Essentially, CAN channels allow for the near instantaneous transport of raw materials between systems. Teleportation? They require huge volumes of energy, of course, and decades of construction. But once the CAN channel is established, it opens up a system for infinite exploitation. Collapsing spatial causality. Negating mass at both ends of the geodesic curve. Okay, I don't understand, but I think it's teleportation. The backbone of surrogacy is what XPR called them. Peak shakes his head. Their head, sorry. They might not be able to send anything more complex than a rock through them. What? Just... Oh. That's... Okay, so it's saying... Does it have to be like raw materials? I imagine there's no teleportation for people, otherwise a lot of these problems wouldn't be a thing, like a lot of the problems we've had. But maybe it's like elements and stuff, very basic. Like things where the low molecular structure or whatever can be transported, and then at the other place they still have to be built. I'm just trying to find where it said materials to the core. That's all it says, materials. Yeah, but materials gives the vibe of like just the raw stuff that then needs to be built. Then who builds it? If it's being transported that far, then the people still need to travel there eventually. But I mean, it still sounds handy. So they might not be able to send anything more complex than a rock through them. Complex machines and people are, shall we say, reconfigured by the process. They tried? Well, maybe they didn't try with people. But for raw molecularly pure materials? Why didn't I just read the rest of the paragraph instead of going off on my own trying to figure it out? Peak flicks a hand. Whoosh. Where is this going? Oh, this is your research. Oh, where is this going? I'm following, kind of. Peak pauses. What I was trying to find out was whether the Helion system, this system, ever had a CAN channel. So this is the Helion system. And this is the one that's getting the flux, but we don't know how far out it extends. So what does that have to do with the flux? CAN channels are vastly expensive to build, to run. Not every surrogate system has one. Many use fraction drive ships to transport their materials to the nearest hub. But Solheim? Peak smiles. Solheim spared no expense when they established this system. There is? Okay. I'm still on the same question as before. Where are we going with this? Yep, Peak's eyes light up. They shut it down before the collapse. They couldn't run the sender-receiver station anymore, but it was there. It still is, as far as I can tell, closely orbiting our star. In fact, Pete grins, they've been building up to this. I'm sure it's still there, because one of the issues with the CAN channels are that massive waves of exotic, not toxic. Whoa, I didn't realize exotic and toxic have nearly the same letters. Massive waves of exotic energy they can produce when cycling up. So the flux could be a byproduct of this teleportation device. That means somebody's using it right now, right? Cycling up. I don't know if that means like charging up, ready to receive something. The flux. Exactly. Peak's face suddenly drops. Someone is starting up the channel. Why or who? I mean, there's no way of knowing who, right? I think why is the more cool answer here, because if this is a receiving end, where's it linked to? Is the question that's important in my mind here. Peak sucks in a breath. That, I don't know. They start counting off information on their fingers. They need a lot of resources to do it, and they need to have people from the core systems. But there's no real large-scale extraction in the helium system anymore. So why would you go to the trouble? I mean, that to me, that means they're sending people here, right? Because if they've sent materials with no other explanation, there must be people on the way to use the materials. But we don't know if there's materials there because we haven't been there. Unless they've figured out a way to, like, to send people through. But it just, this is all making me think of, you know how in space things are, like, the distance away is also a form of time travel because of, like, the speed of light and stuff. So that's making me think, is this going to be some sort of time travel, not just teleportation? This is when it starts boggling my mind. So, did I read this? But there's no real large-scale extraction. Oh, hold on. They need... Yeah. No. Let's read it again. That, I don't know. They start counting off information on their fingers. They need a lot of resources to do it, and they need to have people from the core systems, yeah. But there's no real large-scale extraction in the Helion system anymore, so why would you go to the trouble? Extraction, does that mean like mining and resource gathering? Maybe it's Solheim or just to trigger the flux. Let's try just to trigger the flux. Probably not, right? Peak rubs their red eyes. The flux, the wave, the can effect. Oh, the wave the can effect produces. Yeah, I'm just remembering it as like the wave that hit us. That was the flux, right? And does this mean every time these waves happen, it's a new thing, a new like teleportation happening, or is it all just part of it being rebooted? The kind of effect produces is a side effect, a problematic one, but it isn't a destructive force. If it was, the core systems would never have been able to use it. But it is, we've seen it is. Unless, now that we know what it is, we might be able to know how to defend the technology against it, so it can't get in. So then why are colonies collapsing because of it? Why is it chewing through systems, the kind of industrial system set up to function within the range of, yeah, a once active CAN channel? Peak is getting frustrated. Doesn't make sense, does it? The moons of Ember have been terraforming since before the collapse. They would have had to deal with the flux, yet everything we have heard from the refugees says it brought down every system they had. How long ago was it though? Because if it's been like generations, maybe this generation doesn't know that there's like a button to press to like make sure there's a firewall up or something. Peak falls quiet, thinking it all through. Your mind drifts too, thinking of the CAN channels, those vast casual highways that prop up the core systems and their endless appetite for resources. Makes it sound like a Pac-Man or something, like going around just eating all the energy around. This system has been quiet for decades. Solheim collapsed. Most corporations gave up their claims. And apart from the seller's ships that came to begin work on the sidereal horizon, no one from the core has come here in all that time. Whoa. That's not many people then have actually been here. Is it related to the sidereal horizon? I don't think it will be. Why do they have this new interest? You shiver as you imagine the attention of the core, the systems of logic and exploitation that created your suffering, turning towards the Helion system. A floodlight turned to this dark corner, like the eye of Sauron. A shrill bleep catches both of your attention, and Peak rushes to a screen, once showing a crude map of the station. On it, individual markers begin to flare up with insistent chirps. Is another one happening? Peak looks puzzled for a moment, and then their face drops. No. They lean in close. This doesn't make any sense. Something bad's happened. What's happening? The flux nodes are appearing elsewhere on the station. Peak pulls at their hair. I set this system to alert me and other flux nodes near the epicenter of the flux event. To alert me two other flux nodes near the epicenter of the flux event. But these are everywhere. The hub, the low end, the shipyard. How can this happen? The only reason we saw flux nodes here is because it is the most rundown part of the station. They were barely shielded. But others appearing so far after the event. It's like there's some residual something in the air that's continuing a corruption. Peak turns to you. You are going to need to get me the data from these nodes, and quickly. I'll keep looking at what I have here, but I need to know why they are popping up everywhere. Right now, or when I can. I understand the urgency. Yeah, right now. Right now. Okay, gotcha. We can talk more about CAN channels and system history when you are back, but this needs our attention right now. Peak turns quickly back to the monitor, their eyes following scrolling screens of code spewing from the newly fluxed nodes. You leave quickly, but struggle to shake the image of the spotlight from your mind. You feel watched as you cross back into the Pilgrim Siege on your way to a shuttle bay. What if they've got some sort of new technology and they are like trying to take over from the outside? That might be a bit extreme, but it's almost like these nodes could like grow into something else. Like little electronic parasites. You hurry onward, eager to outrun the fear. No need to be afraid. We have work to do. Study the flux. Peak wants you to help study and understand the flux event that occurred on the station. Oh yeah, we already had this, but this is a new. Find and extract 3 fluxed nodes. Well, let's take a look. Like, we've really gotta hope it doesn't end up over here in the greenway, because this is like precious. Let's go back across. Yatagan agent. How are you important right now? Flux node. Okay, I found one. Havenage agent. I found 2. Well, right at the other end of the station as well. I wonder if there's one up this lift. Let's check the hub. I couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah, there's one here too. So it's literally gone all the way around now, and in the center. I hope these all take 4s, because that's pretty beautiful if that's the case. Beautiful day. This node is in 2 places at once. It is there each time you turn. Oh, that's trippy, and I don't like it because it's also a little bit horror. Okay, well I got some flux data. I think we can... I really do hope that this is all... descend? That this is all 4s, because that would be great. But that would mean we can definitely do it all today. Here's the scrap thing in again, so I'm still taking part in this. Just costs money. Again, we can sell this if we need to. At this point, scrap is what we are happy to buy. Okay. Done. And we're even more in scrap profit. So now... let's go all the way down here. I could have checked when I found them the first time. Oh no! It needs a 5 or a 6. Okay, I do have a 6. Let's just check the other one. Because we will do a reroll. Oh, a 3! Okay, we can do them all. We probably should have checked. Oh, it didn't matter that we used the 4 because we had other 4s. It's good in these cases to check the requirements of them all before we spent the dice. A Havenage. Oh no, wait, this isn't the node. This is a Havenage agent. I don't care about you. Wait. Oh. Did I just go to the immediate first white blip and assume it was the thing? Okay, that's fine. We only have one of these, so we're gonna have to re-roll the 4s. I can't believe I just did that. Damn me. This node is turned inside out. Its skin writhing with distorted data. That's so creepy. Its skin? I like the humanizing of the technology, rather than usually you will get the other way around, where you might get people acting less human and more robotic. But I like the idea of the technology having human components. That's more interesting. Okay, we need to re-roll this. We need a 5 or a 6. Or a 5 and a 6, that works. Please tell me this is the flux node. It is. This node beats like a heart. The effect is unsettling. So the other one had skin. This one's like a heart. Another one was inside out. This is a horror shit show for every cloud being on this station. But hold on. Let's just see Emphas before we leave, so we don't have to come back over. Might as well. We can buy another scrap if we don't need this final dice, but I assume we will. That Peak will give us more tasks. Maybe. Oh, I've gone too far. What is... Oh no, yeah. No, I haven't gone too far. Peak has tracked flux nodes in the low end, hub, and shipyard. I could have read that before I went. They want the data extracted from all 3. Well, here they are. I hope these are useful. Peak loads the data into their decoding setup. I'll just be a moment. Don't leave, sleeper. Okay. You watch as Peak works on the flux data, the nodes unfolding like flowers now, giving into Peak's increasingly sophisticated decoding protocols. Seeing data like this as an image on a screen is an almost unrecognizable representation to you. It is nothing like swimming among nodes and threads. Despite this, Peak has proven themselves to be more than able to handle these complex data structures, even through this limited representational paradigm. It's pretty cool. Like, we experience it as an entirely new dimension, and the only way that humans can experience it is through this, like, this language that, like, this code and stuff, like, but it's actually way more than that. It's just beyond us. It's cool. The bay door hisses, interrupting your flow of thoughts. You turn to see Eshi entering. Rough date. Does she look pissed off? I'll just say her name. She looks up and meets your eye, but doesn't respond. As she stalks into the bay, head down, she looks tired and not in the mood to talk. Maybe we should have asked if it was a rough day. How's the weapon hunt? Peak asks without turning from their screen. Slow, unsuccessful, tedious. As she slams a bag down on a crate and hops up to sit on it. You still unpicking balls of yarn? With the sleeper's help, Peak smiles. They brought me some good stuff this cycle. Maybe they could help you find the weapons you were smuggling. Oh, yeah. Right, that's right. Forgot all about that. It's clear that Eshi doesn't appreciate Peak's tone. I'll ask. I feel like this is extending an invite. I'll help you if you would like. Still looking? Uh-huh. Eshe replies. And whoever took them better be making the most of their rapidly shortening lifespan right now. Eshe. Pete cuts in without looking away from the console. We talked about this. This is my mistake, Peek, and I'll fix it how I want. Eshe folds her arms. I know one of the factions on the flotilla has taken them. I just need to find out. Peek holds up a hand. Shh. They lean in towards the screen. Son of a... I'm not going to say oh no. What? Oh. Oh, bless me. Apologies. They hid it in the wave of the wave. Peek is whispering to themselves. It's alive. They lean back in their chair. Is it a legit parasite? Electronic? Hold on, let's see. Was the wave at the skies for something? Are they actually trying to take over? I'm so excited. Eshe crosses over to look at the screen. Alive? Well, it's growing. It's processing. It's quietly working away in the dark. Look. Hey, I feel like I was kind of right a little bit. I kind of said something like that. You cross over to the screen and stand beside Eshe. In it, you can see that Peek has all 4 nodes decoded, and the pattern of shadows from inside them sit on the screen like dark stains. Then you notice it. The movement, the thin threads across from one stain to the other. As you watch, you notice that the movement only ever happens in your peripheral vision, as if this thing, this shadow, knows it's being watched. Oh, it like freezes when you see it. That's creepy. This is how the other fluxed nodes appeared. Peek rubs her eyes. They weren't fluxed by the wave, they were corrupted after the fact. This thing, this shadow that entered in the wake of the wave, it corrupted them. I knew it! A corruption going on inside, it's like rot. But it made the corruption look like the result of the flux. So, maybe the flux never caused any of the corruption? All of those nodes just happened to get, like the original ones that were fluxed, were actually, it just happened to get infected at the same time, because maybe the infection literally surfed on the wave. It's a sleight of hand. Peek runs a hand through their hair. The flux wave is so massive, so complex, that it opens the systems to be attacked. Oh, yeah, okay. As it reconfigures exposed systems, this shadow is broadcast implanted inside. The wave from the Khan channel, it's a brute force wave hitting every system in Helion. Once the systems are vulnerable, Peek looks pale, their eyes reflect the screens. The flux isn't what's attacking the systems. It is the siege weapon, a Trojan horse. Then this takes over. And then, because it only needed the defenses to be down to get itself in, and now that it's in, it's too late. And the Eye was so worried about quarantining the refugees. But like, we're all infected. And it's already on the Eye, yeah. Is it in us? No, we got knocked out by the wave, right? But we've been feeling okay. I wonder if it could ever get in us. I wonder if we could talk to it in the cloud. I wonder if it's like, if it's man-made, if it's evolved itself, if it's sentient, if it's just a virus with no sentience whatsoever, if it's like a weapon, or if it's like natural, because evolution is split into technology also evolving itself. I don't know. Anyway. Wait. Eshe rubs her forehead. You're telling me there's a Khan channel in this system? Shit. Peek isn't listening. This is bad. We have to take this to someone. Peek looks desperately to you. Oh, Helen or Sol? Let me think. So Helen is from the Eyes Council, and she wants Like, she seems like one of the good ones. Sol is from the flotilla. Is this us making a decision where our loyalties lie? Because this feels like a big decision. But, I mean, it's so funny that I was so set on the eye being my home. But then that, just episode 2 of this DLC has... I'm literally considering leaving with them if I can. Which is wild. But it's just because of this threat. If we could... We've got to try and save it, right? Also, at this point, it might not matter how far Sol and the flotilla run if they're already infected with it. Even the desert ship, right? We help them beef up their security, but it doesn't matter. It's already behind the wall. God damn it. I think we go Helen. We've only met her once, but the eye needs to know as well. I mean, I would like to take it to both of them, in fairness. I don't think we should have to just choose. So maybe we will get to talk to both. I'm going to say Helen. Is that wise? As she cuts in. Havenage hasn't exactly made good decisions lately. They are the station administrators, Eshi. Peak is desperate. They need to know. Yeah, they're literally like involved in running the entire place, right? So this is important. The argument rages between them, and as you watch them shouting, you feel sick. After a while, they stop, running out of things to say. An unsettling silence descends on the bay. I need more time, Peak says quietly. I need to look at solutions, try to build a case, collate the evidence. We messed this up? They look down at their hands. Eshi goes to speak, and then thinks better of it. Not a word, sleeper. Peak meets your eye. Don't tell anyone until they are ready. They sigh. With the tension among the refugees, Sol won't be ready to hear this, and Helen and Havenage are still mired in some kind of crisis. We tell Havenage they are likely to react badly, and even with the flotilla stabilized, Sol is also not going to react well to this. I need time to build a case. Yeah, I agree with that. We can't just go absolutely panicking. But it's a balance. We don't have all the time in the world here, so we need to get a move on. You are too twisted up in this, Peak, Eshi says quietly. This is not our place. We don't owe. Stop, Eshi. Peak slumps in their chair. Stop. I mean, at this point, it kind of like... I don't understand what she means, because she's so eager to help the flotilla, but now we all need help, you know? You leave them like that, exhausted and troubled, and head back out into the Pilgrim Seed. When you close your eyes, you think of those shadows, that movement at the edge of your vision. Something dark growing in the station, like a parasite. Creepy. That is a really very, very cool description, though, that when you look at it, you see movement only out of your peripheral, and then you'll move your eyes to look at that. There's no movement there, but there's movement back where you were looking, because that's now in your peripheral. That's just... But it... For some reason, I know it's like, it's nodes, it's technology, it's all these threads and stuff, but I imagine it as flesh and like... Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to think of... Is it like Scorn or something? That game where... where like everything is made out of flesh and like... But I just imagine it writhing. But only in the corners. Oh, creepy. Yeah, that's very visually cool. Even though we don't see it, we do a good job of putting pictures in my head. You feel sick, your vision blurs. What comes next? You stop in a corridor and take a breath, putting a hand on a rumbling metal wall. For now, the eye keeps spinning. For now. So alright, we're beyond the point of a quarantine. We need treatment. Antibiotics. Antivirals. Wormers. Anything. And I guess since we are so connected to the technological space, I feel like we are gonna be the ones to help. Climbing Briar. So gathering evidence. It's gonna take another 2 days. Peak is compiling their data on the flux to be presented to Sol or Helen. You get the sense they are dreading the choice. So that we didn't actually make the choice there, but unless we did make the choice, we might get to make it again. But obviously they didn't want to present it to either of them. Like, they gave us the case for both of them, or the case against telling them. They said that Sol also would not be ready to hear it. No, I think... Yeah. I hope Havenage doesn't just immediately start blaming the flotilla and being like, we were right all along because the cordon got broken. That's how it got in. But that's not what happened. It got in at the same time. Well, it probably already is in their system from when they were at the moons getting fluxed. But the wave hit us, regardless of whether they were here or not. So, that's cool as fuck though. Let's just get another scrap then. I don't have anything else I particularly need to do. Oh, we might need ship mines for this. Potentially. Oh, we were also... Oh, I thought we were going to help Sol build his ship up. Never mind. An absolute turn of events. So now we have 4 points here, but we can only spend them 3 at a time. And I doubt we're going to get enough to upgrade another 2 skills. But if we do, we'll do it. But for now, we just must remember this is here. Let's sleep then. And we've got 2 days to pass. I can do that in this episode. And then ready for the next episode can be when Peak has gathered their evidence. Where's the scrap? Here it is. I think I was hovering over it the entire time. So again, I think I'm just going to do the same as what we did before. Scrap days. And we can use... Whoa! Okay, we can use a dice for energy as well. Yeah, there's nothing new, I don't think. Reroll? Oh boy, it's not good. Do you think we're gonna need data for this task? I wonder if we're gonna need data. Let's do... whatever it's called. Photosynthesis. Okay, that's good. What do we want to do with these dice? Honestly, it might just be better to... Let's do one... Oh, bypass. Let's do one of these. I can't believe I did one accidentally. I still can't get over it. Okay, data extracted. Nothing new is happening. I don't even think there's enough Yatagan agents to use all these dice. Oh, this is 2 and 3. Let's get some more Havenage. Again, this is probably the biggest waste. You know what? Let's photosynthesize again to try and fill this bar up. I think it should fill it up even if we fail. Yeah, because it'll still get +1. And at this point we're just wasting a day, but that's fine. That wasn't wasting. It paid for itself with scrap. It just paid for itself basically, I think. So we can infinitely survive. It's just, we have to prepare a bit more if we have more to do. Oh god, it's already started. Okay. I am going to end this episode here. And we will be back next time on this cliffhanger for some more Citizen Sleeper. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.